Text sequencing. In this video, we're going to define text sequencing, identify a range of text sequencing options in text, and explain the impact of them. So what is text sequencing? It's the order that text or information is placed or organised on a text. So peel paragraphs in the body of an essay, okay? The point, the evidence, the explanation, the link. They are all part of that sequencing order that happens for that specific topic, okay? Within an imaginative story, we've got an orientation, a rising action, a climax, the falling action, and a resolution, okay? These are crucial to create that story mountain. They are that text sequencing that happens in a story, okay? A conversation between two or more people also has sequencing. It's the ideas that usually flow from one person to the next and happen to create that dialogue. In this example of torrential downpour floods Gold Coast theme parks, the first thing that we see, so the hierarchy, is the headline, okay, that I just read out. We've then got the byline of Natalie Brown, the author, and a short summary to orientate the reader. So more than a month's worth of rain has fallen on the Gold Coast, flooding the city's theme parks and forcing them to close their doors. We as the audience get an idea about what that article is about, and we get to decide, sounds interesting, great, I'll keep reading, or nah, not for me today. So the structure of the article. The first two sentences provide an overview of the content. It's fact-based, okay? All 4 theme parks on Queensland's Gold Coast have closed after a month's worth of rain fell in the state overnight. A severe storm warning was issued after intense rainfall from a megacell caused life-threatening flash flooding on major roads, okay? From that, we've got pretty much everything we need to, okay? There is more detail provided after that, but it's not as important as those first 2 lines. We want to find out more about those ideas, and that's what the author's job is to do, hook that reader in to make them want to read the entire article. After that, we introduce the idea of quotes from experts and knowledgeable people. See that other video for that one for more information there. But it continues with less important information, okay? I haven't included the end of the article, but it finished off with warnings and advice from the Queensland Fire and Emergency Services. So the sequencing of a news article gives a hierarchy of important facts about an issue before leading into expert advice and more detail, and then information about where to go to from here. Text sequencing is also used in Instagram posts, and an example can be seen here. So the first thing on the Instagram post that's noticeable is the image, but we're not going to worry about that today. We're looking at text sequencing. So the first thing we see is the publisher's name, then the key message that they are trying to convey. In this case, I'm in the community sharing love with Australians looking for peace on these streets. Thankfully, this person is not getting their work marked by me because I would seriously mark them down for the use of capital letters and lack of punctuation, but that's okay. Moving on. The hashtags here that are used help to categorize posts and increase social media presence, but also to highlight issues that are in the community. This is being used by this author to recap what's being said and engage the audience with these topics. Okay, if they want to see more posts about it, they can click on those and it will take them straight to everybody else who's posted about those. Okay, further down, lastly, is the likes section. Okay, it's at the bottom because you can't have it at the top. It's used as a recap to show the number of people who want to respond to the content or agree with that. From here, we're looking into an advertisement, and there's a lot of text structuring on this, okay? Looking at the visual hierarchy, it starts with the images. They are the things that stand out the most first. Then we go to the heading, the logo, and the jargon being the small text underneath that's quite specific to this content, and then the contact details at the bottom. So in terms of text sequencing, the large heading has capital letters and it's in colours that contrast but also blend with the colours already used. The capital letters demand the audience's attention, and that's really important for an ad. It needs to stand out and make the audience think, oh, I could use those. The slogan underneath, where it says specialising in all aspects of carpentry, is orientating the audience to the purpose of the ad. They are showing the audience that they are carpenters and they are here to do your jobs. Okay? Following that, the jargon, so the small text, is underneath to give them a little bit more detail about the experience and jobs offered. And lastly, the contact details to draw the audience into requiring the services of these people. So if we were going to look into the impact that the text sequencing has, we would say that the large text draws attention of the audience and slogan gives more information about what is being offered. If audience is interested, they will look for more detail about projects and then see how they can make contact. By listing possible projects, the audience might get some ideas and envision this in their own home, requiring the assistance of somebody experienced. That is exactly what the ad is hoping to do by sequencing their text like they have. So to recap, text sequencing is the organization and positioning of the information on a text. It is linked closely with layout and placement, text formatting, and jargon, and often are related to each other. It's very hard to have one without the rest.